Dr. Banner?
No Banner, only Hulk.
What is up, guys? Arolf here, back again with another video, and today we'll be taking a look at the Marvel Legends Spider-Man A Brand New Day Hulk. So let's get into it. So taking a closer look at the Hulk here and his accessories, starting off with that screaming head sculpt. They really captured the likeness to Hulk here in like some of the TV spots. They kind of gave him a little under eye shadow here, which kind of gives the illusion of a sunken eye look that we saw in that little comparison picture. But from like super close like this, it looks like he has eyeshadow. You could see the hair sculpt here, same digital printing tech that Hasbro uses. Looks very pixelated up close, but from afar looks great. It's just that the hairline is pushed back way too much and kind of gives him like a 5 or 6 head or a 7 head. The forehead's way too big. It's just the hair sculpt just kind of ruins the little look of this head sculpt. But the head sculpt itself, just looking at the face, it looks great. And comparing it with the closed mouth version, which I do prefer, same hair sculpt, no changes whatsoever, no changes in paint or any other additional details. It's the exact same hair sculpt. So we're just going to remove this screaming head sculpt and just attaching the closed mouth head sculpt, which I like a little bit better. You can see some nice wash details or weathering details on this little dress shirt here, his white dress shirt. You can see you got the Hulk nipples right there. You got some nice texturing details and paint details like the hair here. You can see some parts of the sculpt has this kind of airbrushed darker green to it, which kind of gives more depth and more layers to the figure, which I like. You see that same texturing detail throughout, kind of like that skin texture, which looks very nice. You got some sculpting details right there in the hands right there. Soft rubbery plastic on this like little dress shirt here. And there's not a lot of detail on it. It's very gummy type plastic. You could see some paint details right there on the pants right there, like on the button, which is a little bit chipped on mine. But looking at the pants here, just textured pants. You do have some airbrush parts which are in black, done in black, and it kind of gives the illusion of weathering detail, which I like. I like the sculpting of these pants, but not the knee joint. Everyone really hates those knee joints, but just tapping this figure, just looking at it, it's very hollow but dense figure. You see some more of that sculpting details. I kind of like the little details that they added in the little hinges right here. You see it is a separate piece laid on top of that green plastic, but looking at it, got some nice detail on those Hulk toes right there. Got a lot of veins running throughout this figure, which is nice for a Hulk. You can see the toenails are sculpted nicely. You get that more vein work right there. At the bottom, same texturing details, kind of that skin texturing that I was talking about, and some labeling from Marvel and China. Rawr. And just removing the little dress shirt here, you just rotate his arms back and just pull that through. Since, like I said, it's made out of a soft rubbery plastic, you should have no problem kind of pushing this and pulling this off the Hulk figure. One thing to note is it's funny how it's actually sculpted with the tag on the inside here. Nice attention to detail, not necessary, but that's kind of funny here. You could also put these on other Hulk figures, like this one, for example, the First Avengers Hulk, which I think looks pretty neat. Okay, now that the dress shirt is off, we could just admire the Hulk sculpt here, which I think is probably one of the best Hulk sculpts that we've gotten from Hasbro in a while now. There is that red Hulk figure, which I think looks okay, but just looking at it, you could see a nice back muscle definition. You could see that dark green airbrush look to it. In between the creases of the muscle here, you could see right there that dark green airbrushed in the abdomen area. Overall, a nice clean sculpt. I really like the look of the sculpt of Hasbro's compared to like SHF, for example, which has a good sculpt, great articulation, probably better than this one, obviously. But just the sculpting, just visually, Hasbro takes the cake. But looking at it, you can see I popped off the head. I kind of rested the head on top of the neck here, the ball hinge neck, which I think looks a little bit better. Kind of looks like he has no neck here, which is kind of accurate to the promotional art, but I just wish his neck was a little bit longer. That's all. It just looks a little bit better, but just popping it on here, this will do. Okay, now for Hulk's accessories, you get one pair of these open hands here. You got some nice texturing details. You got some sculpting details right there in the fingernails and some sculpting details like the vein work right there. Nice skin texturing details. Popping off the hand here, you can see his forearm's all hollowed out, which I think is kind of funny. I don't know if Hasbro is trying to save money on plastic, but who knows. But just attaching the hands here, they look really great. They're on a hinge joint, so they do rotate and hinge in and out, but it looks pretty great on the figure. Okay, for Hulk's final accessory here, you get two pieces of these web effects right here. You can see this one, I think both are brand new sculpts. I don't think Hasbro has reused these in the past. So one is supposed to go on his open hand here like so, which looks very nice. You get another one here that's supposed to go on his fist. You can see a little piece where Spider-Man can hold on to or slip on his little fist here. Which is also made out of a soft rubber plastic, which attaches to the fist like so. Those look very nice, and if you want, you can interchange them, so you can put this web effect on the closed fist, and the one that's supposed to go on the closed fist, you could put it on the open hand right here. So they are quite interchangeable, but nonetheless, it looks pretty nice. Okay, now taking a look at Hulk's articulation here, starting off with the head. It's on a ball hinge, so it does rotate all the way around like so. Since his neck is on the thicker side, his head kind of looks off at an angle, but you kind of fix that with the ball joint. But you can see his head looks up not that far and downward not that much. If his neck was a little bit more prominent, a little bit longer, then it would look a little bit better in my opinion and might have better articulation. But since it's on a ball peg right there, it has some little neck tiltage or little neck wobble. His arms do rotate all the way around. They move outward that far, a little over 90 degrees. This guy has no butterfly joints, but they can move inward that much. He also has a bicep swivel on both arms right there. He has a single jointed elbow, which bends at 90 degrees like so, and also rotates at the elbow like so all the way around. His hands here are on hinges. They do rotate all the way around like so. They bend up and downward that much. And I don't know if it's on my copy, but bending the hands here, it's very loosey-goosey. I don't know why. You see the open hand here has some nice range as well. They just tend to pop off pretty easily. Now looking at his joint, torso joint here, he has a ball joint at the upper and lower part of the chest, so he can bend backwards that much, which is okay. He can't bend forwards whatsoever, which is quite disappointing and quite confusing on how they design this figure. He should have more range in the torso area, but since it's on a ball joint, he does have side-to-side movement, rotation all the way around at the upper and lower part of the torso here. You get some side-to-side movement and 360-degree rotation like so. And now his legs can kick forward that far, and since his crotch area is made of this soft rubbery plastic, you can have it kick a little bit further so he can sit down like so. Same thing while kicking back. This piece is made out of a soft rubbery plastic. I don't know what that is right there. So you can have him kick all the way back like so, with having that little rubbery piece kind of buckle in and move, since it's made of a soft rubbery plastic, move out of the way. He also has an upper thigh swivel right there. He has a double jointed knees. Look away, it looks terrible. I'm pretty sure there is a better way of designing it, but you can see he has full range in the knees like so. So that looks terrible, but he moves quite well in the knees, just doesn't look visually that pleasing. No boot rotation whatsoever, but he does have nice deep hinges in the feet, so he can point down like so, which looks very nice, and point up like so, which is great if you want to do some running poses. And he also has the ankle pivot, which does rotate all the way around. His legs move outward that far. And doing the ankle pivot test, he is good to go. Okay, now doing some size comparisons here and comparing Hulk next to other Hulk figures that I have in my collection. So here's brand new day Hulk next to the first Avengers Hulk, the Age of Ultron Hulk, the Thor Ragnarok Hulk, and the Endgame Hulk. You can see the natural progression of Hasbro sculpts and details throughout the years. And wow, this is just a sight to see because he's like the tallest Hulk figure out of all of them. And probably one of the best looking Hulk sculpts just out of all the Hulks. He's a little bit darker compared to the rest of the Hulk figures. He's kind of similar greens to the Thor Ragnarok Hulk. But yeah, this is kind of like the best Hulk figure that we got from Hasbro. And just doing a couple of head swaps here just for the curious people out there. Here you go and enjoy. Hey, I'm just gonna butt in here, but wow, this brand new day Hulk looks really good with the Gladiator Hulk body. Okay, before I do some other size comparisons, I just wanted to compare these screaming head sculpts from this brand new day Hulk to the Avengers Age of Ultron Hulk that came in that Hulk and Hulkbuster 2-pack. I just wanted to show and compare and contrast the evolution between the screaming head sculpts that Hasbro has released in the past years. I know Hasbro has released the Gladiator Hulk with an additional screaming head sculpt. Unfortunately, I don't have that figure. I wasn't really interested in it. But just comparing these two screaming head sculpts, obviously I do like the brand new day one better. It's just the only complaint is that hairline. So really neat to see these two head sculpts side by side. Okay, now doing some size comparisons. Here is brand new day Hulk next to Veronica and Mark Ruffalo. Also Daredevil and Punisher from Daredevil Season 2, as well as the final swingsuit from No Way Home. Also a couple of figures from the Fantastic Four like Johnny Storm and The Thing. And lastly, Mr. Fantastic and Invisible Woman. So overall, I think this is a really fantastic Hulk figure, no pun intended. There are 3 problems that I have with this figure and many other collectors have, which is number 1, that receding hairline. I mean, from certain angles it looks okay, but if Hasbro just retooled another piece of hair for the Hulk figure, they could just easily fix the problem. Number 2, the lack of ab crunch. There are a few people out there modifying the abs by shaving off the plastic at the ab joint, kind of increasing the ab crunch and posability of the figure. Another easy fix from Hasbro. Hopefully easier said than done. But lastly, number 3, the terrible knee joints. Hasbro could also redesign the knee joints in the future releases to eliminate the visual abomination, pun intended, of these knee joints. But I really don't pose the Hulk in many dynamic poses, but it would be nice to see it fixed in the future. And for the price around of 50 USD, you can't really go wrong with this Hulk figure since he is like the largest Hulk figure that Hasbro has ever produced. Overall, if you can find this figure, there's plenty of them. Go pick it up right now. This is probably one of the best looking Hulk figures that we've gotten in a long time. Other than those 3 nitpicks, I really can't say or wish for Hasbro to improve on. But if they just fix those 3, I think they got a really good Savage Hulk figure. But yeah, that is it, guys. Hope you guys like it. Arolf Moras. This is signing out. Peace.